Hey, it's Nick. Wanted to give you a couple of search engine optimization pointers. So whenever you're creating a WordPress blogs and you're writing articles and doing things on your website, I want to give you a couple of pointers on how to maintain your high SEO for Google, Bing, and Yahoo. So if you're writing a new blog post, every website that I build is going to have all-in-one SEO WordPress plugin built into it. So we can write test blog post. This is where we would actually put our content here. So let's just see. Okay, so there's some content. And what we can do is go down here, and at the very bottom of the blog of the page, you're going to see all-in-one SEO pack. This information here that we write into the title, the description, and the keywords, this is what Google is actually going to see to let them know what our blog is about. So in this case, we might write test blog post. And in the title, ideally you want to keep the title under 60 characters. So it's great that they have a counter right here, 60 characters. And the description, we want to keep it under 160 characters. So a lot of times what you may do is you may just put the first, 2 or 3 sentences or something like that. We're just trying to keep it under that certain thing. And then the keywords, we're going to put a couple of keywords, right? So we're going to put keywords, and then we're going to put our keywords, we're going to separate them with a comma on there. So we want to make sure that we do those things right. Now, when we're creating our blog and we're going to add a photo, then we want to make sure that the photo is also optimized. And so if we go here, we go to select files, let's just go into downloads, and let's say I want to bring this picture right here, okay? Well, I don't want to just call it Barney because I want it to be called something that's going to bring me traffic. So maybe I want to rename it, and I want to call that Nick Carpenter teaches social media marketing for realtors, right? That would be an example. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to insert that into my blog. Now I'm going to take this title, and I'm also going to put the title on the alt text. The reason I'm going to do that is because this is what Google sees as the name of the image. So we always want to make sure that we're keywording the blog and the photos that are going to be in our blog around the same keywords. So if I want to insert this into my blog, just to show you an example real quick. Let me pull that little bit out. So if I hover over it, you can see there's the title right there. Nick Carpenter teaches social media marketing for realtors. And so once we have that done, we can actually publish the blog out, and it's going to be keyworded. Now, let's say you need some keyword ideas, right? How do we figure out what people are searching for? Google has the best tool available, and this thing is called the Google Keyword Tool. If you Google that, it's always going to be this very first one right here. It's going to be in the top. And once it comes up, this is where we can figure out what people are searching for. So let's say, for example, I'm writing something around the idea of social media marketing for realtors. So let's just type that and see what comes up. Or maybe we only put social media for realtors. Or maybe we do social media for a real estate agent. We'll put our caption here. And then what's going to happen is in this first section, it's going to search those keywords that we actually are looking for, right? So we can see those are high competition. There's not really a lot of searching for those actually. But down here, it's going to give us a bunch of ideas. So if you need ideas on what you should keyword your blog around, or phrases, or what people are searching for, this is the absolute best tool. Now here's a cool way to search to scrub the list is I go to competition, and I'm going to make it low competition and see what people are searching for here. So let's see if there's anything that has to do with realtors around this idea. How to use social media. So think about if you could just tag on some extra words on the end of some of these, right? Like social media buttons for realtors, or social media So just look at some of these options that are on here and think about how you could use it for your business, right? So for me, for example, if I'm looking to do things for realtors, social media today for realtors, here's Twitter for real estate. That's a good one. So anyways, you can just look on here and just find some ideas, right? But a lot of times I'm looking for this, what I call the sweet spot. I'm looking for searches that are between 500 and 1,500 per month, because that's a great number that nobody's really going after. Like this one right here. So what's that? Social media hub. Or this right here, social media information for realtors. That may be a good one. So anyways, that'll give you an idea. So Google keyword tool, and you will definitely get some ideas on what to SEO your website around. And then just make sure that when you're creating a blog, you're using the same phrases in your blog title, in your image alt text, and then you're going down here to the very bottom and you're putting that same information in your all-in-one SEO pack.